Hey everybody, I have a good one for us this time. So I'm doing a pack rafting trip, and I've been planning these out on Google Earth for a while here in Missouri and just haven't had the time to do any of them. It's been about 2 years since I did my last backpacking trip, and you can check that out on my YouTube channel. It's called Winter River. That's one of the first ones I ever did. But for this trip, we got about 5 miles of floating. We're gonna hit this gravel bar up, and we're gonna camp the night tarp style. So we'll be out in the elements, and it's going to get down to 27 degrees. There's icicles across the river here, and there's some ice flowers growing in the grass on this side. So this should be an awesome trip. I'm excited for it. So let's get on the river. Well, we're done with the paddling section. That was quick. That was only 2 hours, but that's great. It'll give us time to fish and set up camp and get lots of firewood for a cold night tonight. But I've overshot where I wanted to be just a little bit, so we're gonna take a hike back up this gravel bar and see if we can find a good campsite. Let's go. First things first, nerd clusters. I'm just grabbing some energy. Got a power bar here. My game plan is build a shelter, get that going, because I don't do that too often, the configuration that I'm doing. So I want to make sure I can do that before it gets dark. Want to do some fishing because I like to not eat the dinner that I brought. It's probably going to be good. I brought some freeze-dried meals that I made myself. We got a freeze dryer this year. And yeah, I made some pasta and some eggs and hash. But for dinner, I like to skip the pasta and get some trout. So we're going to get the fly fishing rod out and see if we can grab some fish right after we put the tent up. And then we got to grab some firewood. The normal stuff. Well, the first thing I need to do is find a center pole. So we're going to do a tarp tent, but it has to have a pole in the center, so I got to find something that's good. Pardon me, I'm burping. Burping nerd clusters up. I think I have to cut this down a little bit, but I think that one should work. Let's grab it. Okay, I think that'll do. Let's try it out. Well, I'm failing miserably at this tarp. I'm not for sure what's going on. I've made this maybe 2 years ago. I went on a trip and I made this exact configuration. I didn't test it out before I left, but I just looked it up real quick to make sure that I knew how to do it still. And I'm doing it just like the directions are, but there's something amiss. I don't know if there's something with the length of my tarp or what, but I've made this work before. So anyways, I'm gonna try a different configuration. Maybe we won't have a tent, maybe we'll just have some kind of lean-to. Oh well. Well, this isn't my best configuration I've ever done with a tarp, but it'll suffice for tonight. There's not supposed to be any rain. I think my real problem was setting it up on the gravel. I've never set it up on gravel before, so it was a good learning experience. Got a little frustrated at the beginning, but all is good. I was kind of upset just because I was wasting time and I really wanted to get to fishing. So gonna grab some firewood and then get the pole set up and do a little bit of fishing and see if we can catch dinner. My haul of wood's getting pretty big, like a wood fest. My haul of wood's getting pretty big, like a wood fest. My haul of wood's getting pretty big, like a wood fest. I have a new piece of equipment here. This is my AquaQuest, kind of like a bivy. It's for my sleeping bag. Sleeping bag cover is what it's marketed as. But yeah, got a lot of condensation in the morning whenever I do tarp camping or cowboy style camping. So I don't want my sleeping bag to get wet if I'm doing a multi-day trip or whatnot. So this would come in handy as a cover if you're sleeping out in the open and condensation can get on your equipment. So we're gonna try it out tonight and see how it does. I've only used this twice, so I don't even know what I'm doing. It's awesome. I don't think today's going exactly how I planned, but I'm having a great time. We're gonna see if we can catch some dinner. Yeah, dinner. Looks like we're gonna have to do the freeze-dried pasta. Unfortunate, but it's gonna be good anyway. I just remembered when I was walking in, there was some stuff on the ground over here that looked like it was really flammable, kind of like a, I don't know, dried up seaweed or something like that. And I thought, wow, that'd be kind of cool to see if you could start a fire with that. I don't know, was this it? This is just like roots from plants. You can see they're just, it's very dry. I'm gonna try it out. Wow, I got a whole bunch of these roots. So I'm gonna see if I can get my ferro rod to light this. Never actually been able to do anything but birch bark, but this looks like it'd be very good. It's super dry. Let's try it out. Well, I have all the hard chores out of the way. I got fire going, got shelter made. Unfortunately, I didn't have any luck fishing, but it was so late in the day. It was like 3:30 by the time I actually got to start fishing because I was messing around with that tarp tent so much. Really need to practice that one at home. That sucks that I couldn't get that set up. But I'll try it again when I get home, see what happens. It's only 5:23 right now, so I'm just gonna chill by the fire. I have my book. Yeah, and I have plenty of firewood. I don't think I'm going to use all this firewood, but we'll see. This is a new book I just picked up. The last book I had was by Adam Schultz too. He's a lot of things. He's said to be the Canadian Indiana Jones. So the last book was Beyond the Trees, and it was about an Arctic adventure. It was like some god-awful amount of miles, but it's basically from the Yukon almost all the way over. I can't remember what the name of the town was he went into. That's unfortunate because I just read it yesterday. But anyways, going to start a new one. Got dinner made. Looks like it turned out pretty good. Just rehydrating still. Give it a stir. Had to stoke the fire a little bit more. Yeah, that looks good. Let it sit just a little bit longer. Well, I've just been relaxing here, basically stargazing the entire time. I'm listening to some music too, but the stars are amazing right now. This section of Missouri is supposed to be one of the least polluted by light, and I know recently they had a get-together with everybody where, you know, they bring telescopes and do long exposure shots to see the Milky Way and things of that nature. But it's not too far from here. It's down in Ellington. Which from here, if we got on the water right now and went down the current, not sure how many miles it would be, but it's not too far. This isn't very far from where I did my first pack rafting trip. So yeah, it'd be cool to go do that sometime. I had to bring the big camera. All right, I have the fire stoked one last time. I'm gonna throw a little bit more wood on there, and I'm gonna call it a night. I'm pretty tired. Started hitting me, but yeah, I did some night photography. I don't know how it's going to work out with this camera, but I'm excited to kind of do some developing on it, and hopefully I can make this camera work. It's not a full frame for you photography people out there, so it's I haven't really done any like Milky Way shots or night photography with this Micro Four Thirds, but it's proving to be pretty hard. But anyways, tomorrow we got a 5-mile hike out of here, and we got to find the trail. So we're gonna bushwhack behind me somewhere and find that, and then hopefully it's a beautiful hike out. It's supposed to be following the current river, so yeah, this will be interesting. Anyways, this is good night, and I'll see you good folks in the morning. Well, good morning, everybody. That was a pretty good sleep last night. It was very quiet all night. My AquaQuest bivvy kind of came undone on the top, so the top of my sleeping bag got frozen because it was exposed. It's got ice all over it. My tarp collapsed on this side a little bit. So the tarp was in my face when I woke up. I had to pull that back. But other than that, it was great. I had a good sleep. So yeah, we're gonna get some breakfast in us and then pack up. Not many people know this trick, but if you wake up in the morning and you eat some nerd clusters, it's the equivalent of 4 cups of coffee. Just 3 nerd clusters. I'm weird in the morning. All right, this morning I got scrambled eggs freeze-dried with some hash that I freeze-dried myself and a little black gold, little coffee. We're gonna get this in us and get on the road. All right, well, I'm all packed up and I got a super heavy pack, so I want to get going. But you know, that's just how it is when you're pack rafting. You figure you got your pack raft, your paddles, your personal flotation device, and your boots. And on top of that, you're camping for the night, so you have all your camping equipment. And then you're bringing your fly fishing rod and then all your recording gear for making these videos. But that's just the nature of the game. So anyways, we're gonna hike up in here and try to find this trail, get back to the car. But if you lasted this long, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.